folks. Welcome, everybody, to Mad Marks Podcast. Lucky 13, this episode. My name's Dog by Harris. I'm here with my partner, Tim, the turd.
I guess, yeah, the turd. Definitely the turd. It's been my mantra all my life.
Jesus Christ, I think that weed's grinded up enough.
It was sticky. I had to fucking kind of mess with some stuff to get it out of the way.
I had this plastic grinder once that would just like, oh fuck, it would start making this noise you couldn't fucking
like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah
No, that's the worst.
Well, shit, man, it's been a fucking lots happened since last time.
I was gonna say last time we recorded was I think we want to say it was the 29th, so it was right after Double or Nothing, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that sounds right.
It says pre-funk. Did we even talk about Double or Nothing yet?
Maybe not. I can't remember. We're so bad at this. We just kind of get on when we have time to get on.
Yeah,
it might have been. It might have been
the pretty consecutive though. We've been pretty consecutive every 2 weeks. I think it's just kind of hit or miss on the day.
Yeah, 2 week plus. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, we're usually in a 2 week something. Yeah, but
right. So yeah, lots of wrestling, or lots of news, at least. Lots of kind of crazy shit going down, especially in the WWE realm. With first there was talk about no freaking Roman at SummerSlam. Then Brock shows up, and then there's all these allegations with Mr. McMahon, and Johnny Ace looks like he's going to end up being the fall guy for all this stuff. And it's been a wild ride over there for the last couple of weeks.
Well, the two biggest problems in WWE could be going away. So I'm kind of like, I don't condone
Vince and Johnny Ace
conduct, but I would fucking love to see Johnny Ace leave.
Right.
Also, there's a lot to that too. How far have you dug into that?
So all I know is there was supposed hush money given to Rosa Mendez, because that was the lady in question, and that's about all I've really looked into it. I haven't dove
Rosa came up. Rosa came up later.
Okay.
Rosa's a new thing. The lady in question is a lady. She worked as a paralegal.
Oh, okay.
And she worked under Vince for a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
She started out with $100,000 a year salary. They gave her
what was this time frame? What years was this young lady working there? Do you remember seeing?
I don't know, but this is
okay.
This is what I do know.
Okay.
I know that it's the time frame where John Laurinaitis' wife, who is the Bella's mom,
biological mother,
was going through chemo and shit for brain cancer. And Johnny Ace was banging the paralegal. But anyways, I guess this is what happened. So it started out with Vince, and Vince apparently, I guess, passed her on, like as it was described as the person that was giving the details was supposedly a friend of this lady.
Mm-hmm.
Passed on as a they passed her. He passed her around, like I guess, like Vince passed her off to Johnny Ace, kind of like a dog is what.
Yeah.
When they gave her $200,000 a second year, and then I guess they treated her pretty fucking poorly, and then the $2 million came out. So there's some pretty big issues going on. So the $2 million, it might have been three. Came straight out of Vince McMahon's
personal account or whatever.
Yeah, but the $100,000 raise, which is actually a huge deal for a year's salary.
Right.
For me, I was kind of thinking that doesn't seem like too much when you're dealing with that kind of money, but I guess it really is, and that's the shareholders' money. So there's some serious pissed off shareholders right now.
Right.
Also, with that, Kevin Dunn knew this was coming and sold a bunch of his stock, so he's in hot water for possible fucking stock.
Insider trading and shit.
Yeah, I guess it kind of appears that he's okay though, because I guess you can kind of do that. But if
there's certain parameters you can,
yeah,
you
he
can
falls
do
within
that
a
under.
parameter,
Yeah.
I guess. But he might be getting investigated.
Ah.
But I guess it's kind of awkward because Stephanie's a part of the board of directors, and the board of directors are the ones that are leading this whole thing. So that means like one of two things. It means that either it's going to get swept under the rug as far as the company goes, or it means that they're kind of tired of dealing with Vince and they're trying to drive him out.
And they're seeing if this is the way to do it.
Well, and so this is an interesting thing too. So and then Steph took over for Vince,
right?
And but they kind of were talking shit on Stephanie and Triple H for a minute. When Stephanie exited the company, I guess, or took a lighter role or whatever, I guess there was some shit said publicly from WWE about Stephanie that wasn't all that nice, but now they kind of, I think they're kissing her ass to come back because they really need a McMahon to run it and a woman. So it looks really good that they're like, okay, look at how,
everything kind of laid out for us.
It's a woman. Yeah, I guess because part of the reason is I guess if there's a risk of anybody running it besides a McMahon, I guess that they're pretty certain the stock will just plummet.
I got you.
So that's why they had Stephanie come back. But I imagine, I don't know, man, this could be the best thing that happened to WWE. Because Nick Khan is in some hot water over this too.
Oh, really? He's only been in the building like 18 months or whatever.
I thought he'd been around longer.
Maybe he didn't have a more prevalent role until 18 months ago.
Or maybe this happened more recently than I thought.
Yeah.
But now that they're pulling shit, they're seeing tons of this shit coming up where there's a lot of hush money, and
right.
I mean, it's not a surprise to me. I mean,
not at all.
It shows like, I mean,
every place is corrupt in some way, shape, or form.
Well, it's going to be real awkward.
Corruption's everywhere.
Can you imagine knowing how Bryan Danielson is, how Christmas dinner is going to be?
Yeah, right.
Like knowing that, he was cheating on his mother-in-law while she had brain cancer.
Right. Like, kind of look like a scumbag there, dude.
Dude, not kind of. Like, complete.
I mean, you are a scumbag.
Fucking dog shit.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Then he slides out there and acts like nothing happened, And yeah, I don't know. Typical Vince. That's pretty much what I expected to happen.
Right.
I either expected him to come out and either completely embrace it and try to pull ratings or to do exactly what he did. I knew there'd be no in between,
Yeah, you just, I guess, because of what it was, I thought maybe there would be some legitimacy in what he came out and said, well, I'm going to take a leave of absence, blah, 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 blah. But it was like, at the same time, I was like, why would have I expected that? Why would I have not expected Vince to, yeah, like you said, jump on the ratings in some way, shape, or form and try and use this to his advantage?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was going to turn into SmackDown until I read that, the little.
I didn't even watch a second of it after you messaged me.
Yeah, as soon as they said Vince came out in character, didn't even address the allegations, I was like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah, the second you told me that, because I was stuck at work. Like this week at work was hell. So like, I was stuck at work a lot later than I wanted to be or thought I would be. So like then and I hadn't heard anything, so I was like, that's probably just a sign that SmackDown's just shit. But I was literally like changing in my clothes to go to the gym, and then I was gonna like come back and watch it after I got out of the gym, and you were like, you sent me that message. So I was like, I just came home and went to fucking sleep. I'd already decided at that point, like I wasn't gonna skip the gym to try to watch it live. I was like, yeah, gym's more important. I can watch this shit on YouTube later, but I was gonna try to watch it live. But man, what a fucking disaster like wrestling's been, man. Like since all this happened. I don't even think we reviewed Double or Nothing. I really don't.
I don't know. No, I think we did. I feel like we did because we talked about Punk beating Hangman and and all that stuff. I thought we did, but I could be wrong.
I feel like you did walk through every match. Hold on, let me see. Maybe we're on episode fucking 14.
And we're all fucked up.
Maybe. Or maybe I just didn't upload the last episode right. Who fucking that'd be funny. I didn't upload the last episode because I'm just fucking train wreck. I mean, I will tell you, I was actually pleasantly surprised. I was kind of disappointed with Double or Nothing, but I was kind of pleasantly surprised with
Oh yeah, because we did talk about, because remember we talked about how we thought the fucking Jericho Appreciation Society winning that match like made zero fucking sense to us.
And it's making even fucking less sense now.
Well, now that they got Sammy coming back to Jericho, and
then Lance Archer. God, I wish they'd quit burying Lance.
Right.
Fuck, I really wish they would quit burying Lance Archer. But I don't know. I mean, we could talk. I mean, let's kind of try to go by a timeline a little bit so we don't get fucked up. But I actually really dug Hell in a Cell. That was a good match, man. I think that honestly, I think Cody and Rollins might be match of the year so far for me.
Yeah, no, I did see something saying it was early match of the year, and the fact that Cody did it with that fucking destroyed pec too, or bicep, or it was pec or bicep. I think it was pec. Yeah, with that destroyed pec,
Well, I think it was where his bicep connects. I think it's where his bicep connects to his pec.
That's why it's just whatever this transition is. Yeah. Okay.
But man, I'll tell you, I'm really pleasantly surprised with Cody's WWE run and how he's working it, man.
Well, they're letting him be Cody from the Indies, so it's like he's getting to be himself, or the character that he created. So it's not having to be the dashing Cody Rhodes or the Stardust gimmick. It's the American Nightmare. So I think he's probably enjoying being the character he fucking created.
Jesus Christ, man. He earned some serious points by going out there and doing the fucking Hell in the Cell match.
Like very much so.
And they tore it down.
Destroyed as he was. Yeah, no, they had a great fucking match.
They tore it down. And there was, the women's match was pleasantly a surprise as well.
I don't think I caught all of the ladies' match now that I'm thinking about it.
I'm trying to think of some other shit. The Elias Kevin Owens match was good.
I
can't remember too much else though, but yeah, it was pretty good, man. But I mean, everything about wrestling that's good is like totally like, this is the time for like some up and comers to grab
take the reins.
Yeah, because everybody's been leaning on Bryan Danielson and Punk and Cody, and it's really now it's the time for like an MJ or MJF to come up, or a Wardlow, or
right,
Jungle Boy, Darby. Trying to think of somebody good in fucking WWE.
I mean, they're still very high on Austin Theory and Madcap Moss. I know those are the two youngsters that they're highest on right now.
Madcap's good. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with him now that he's away from fucking Baron Corbin.
Yeah, now that they split that group up.
Austin Theory, I will never get Austin Theory, man. He does nothing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get what his gimmick is. Is his gimmick just kind of being a dumbass? Like,
yeah,
like it's like he's like just kind of like a frat boy dumbass. It's like kind of what I feel like his gimmick is.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, it would have been a good time. I mean, it would be a good time to give Riddle something.
Well, he almost had Roman. What was it, 2 weeks ago or whatever the hell it was? And that was I didn't watch the match, but I saw the highlights on the interweb.
It was last week.
It was a great match, yeah.
Riddle would be a good one to come up. They could do something with the Judgment Day or whatever the fuck now, but I don't know. That's a mess too, man.
Yeah, that whole thing.
People think that was like a panic, like they need a baby face, so they go to Edge when they could have had Finn do it, and it would have made more sense. You know,
right?
I
Right.
don't know, man, what their
Yeah.
booking logic
There's a lot of head scratching booking at times with
in
both
both
companies,
of them
but
right now.
and
Dude,
yeah, in both companies.
AEW is equally as a shit show, if not more so right now. Like, dude, fucking Dynamite was a train wreck, and it has been for a couple weeks. I haven't
Yeah,
even been
it
able to,
hasn't been as smooth. That's for sure.
no. They need some people to come back, you know. And this Forbidden Door shit is just like poorly put together.
It's
I'm not
very it's very forced. I mean, and then they just didn't. They gave themselves less than a month to try and build all these storylines, and it just, like I said, it feels forced. But I'm really scratching my head. Did you see that they announced the tag title match for Forbidden Door, and it's a winner take all match? So it's going to be the current IWGP champs, which are Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb, versus FTR for their Ring of Honor championships, and Roppongi Vice, since they got screwed out of the match, they're in the mix, even though they don't hold a belt. But it's going to be a winner take all for those whether it be the Ring of Honor belts and or no, not and or just and the IWGP tag titles. So I'm like, so are they willing to put the ROH titles on the United Empire? Do they want to put it on Rocky and Trent and let them kind of do their thing, and maybe have the tag titles do their thing on New Japan Strong and in LA for a little while? Or do they want to put it on FTR and let FTR go over to Japan and wrestle some of those teams? That's personally what I want to fucking see. Is I want to see FTR win the IWGP titles and have the Ring of Honor tag titles, and let them go over to Japan for a month and a half or whatever and do their thing over there. That's personally what I want to see.
Honestly, the shining fucking the shining moment of Dynamite last week was fucking Wheeler versus fucking oh fuck. Was it Dax Wheeler? Was it Dax or was it?
No, that was Will Ospreay and Dax.
That's what. Will Ospreay versus Dax. That was a good match.
Oh, you said Wheeler, but you meant Will Ospreay. No, Will Ospreay's a fucking stud. Like, that kid, he may not have the for some reason he doesn't have the same charisma that Kenny did with the Japanese audience, but I think Will Ospreay's a better wrestler. I think Kenny tells a better story, but Will Ospreay's a better wrestler.
Didn't Ospreay and fucking Ricochet had that match everybody was talking about a couple years ago, right?
The choreographed match from like 06 or whatever. It was a great fucking match, but yes, it was super choreographed, but that's what they wanted to showcase, their athleticism, and then meeting each other and that round of the Super Junior tournament or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, people compared it to Dynamite Kid and Tiger Mask.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you we're willing to take a step back and just watch their athleticism, yes, everything's fucking scripted. It's fucking pro wrestling. Be like, just embrace it and have fun with it. It was different than what the wrestling that other folks wanted, and it was their version of their storytelling, and it's a great fucking match. Yes, it was a little corny at times, but it was a great fucking match. It showed off their athleticism, and that's what they wanted to fucking do.
Yeah, it was.
Counters and athleticism.
I don't know if I actually. No, I watched it. It's been a long time though.
Yeah, I rewatched like the opening like 3 minutes a couple days ago, and it was just as entertaining as it was last time. Yes, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it was what those two felt like they wanted to do, and it was very fun to watch. Just it's fake fucking fighting. Just embrace it and have fun, people.
Yeah.
Like, we can be critical about booking, but it's like our fat asses aren't out there jumping around and doing all this shit. So really, we should just shut the fuck up and just enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I figured out what I did. That we did talk about the Double or Nothing. I just fucking called that show the Pre-Funk for some reason. Anyways, did we talk about what MJF at all?
Yeah, we touched on MJF.
I wonder what
we didn't touch on it. We didn't touch on it greatly, but we did touch on it.
I feel like that's got to be work.
I would think so, because I think he's been silent on Twitter too.
Um,
And if this is legit, I don't think he would be quiet on Twitter. Assuming the last time he posted anything.
I also don't think that he would. I don't think that he would. That Tony Khan would let him go out there.
No, I don't think so either. So yeah, he hasn't posted anything on Twitter since May 27th. So it's a fucking work.
Yeah. Wardlow, dude, that fucking match, dude, I don't know. Let's talk about Matt Hughes. That was a fucking hot fucking mess. Are you there? I lost you. Oh, pause. I mean, but so speaking of MJF though, I mean, Wardlow, dude, last week was the dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen them do with him. So
the plaintiffs where he was fucking up all the security.
Well, then they send fucking poor Matt Hughes in there.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that I'm wondering what the fuck Tony Khan was thinking.
I don't know what they're thinking because like he just did not seem to know what the fuck was going on.
Well, he's fucked up.
Yeah, right. Because he had that stroke, or not even a stroke. What was it again?
Well, then he tried to kill himself by getting hit by a train.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Because he was sick, he had a stroke. Then he tried to kill himself.
Yeah.
So like then
that one was a head scratcher. I didn't really get that. But that wasn't this week's though. Wasn't that the last week's or was that this week's? I can't remember.
No, that was this week's.
That was this week's. Okay, it was after all the plaintiffs or whatever, or all the security guards got beat up or whatever, right?
Yeah, which was stupid too, and it kind of made him look like shit because he got gassed towards the end.
I know, right? He got gassed.
He was like struggling to end the match.
17 or 16. It was like, oh man, this isn't a good
look. Power bomb like 80 guys. You'd have to fucking be on crack and steroids to fucking do that without getting winded, even if you're in the top physical fucking shape.
Yeah, even if you're, the guy you are power bombing is, pulling his weight and making it a 50-50, that's still a fuck ton of dudes you're power bombing.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope they don't shit the bed with that.
Right.
Then I'm so sick of fucking Jericho. We talked about that a little bit. Like he's got to be. I loved the Inner Circle. I despise
the JS. Like I don't even despise him as a heel way. I despise him like just the concept is fucking like this shouldn't even be a thing. These guys are terrible together.
No, and they keep adding it and then adding him to other storylines.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's
like,
just
Jericho's in what 3 different storylines right now. Like
it's just
a Forbidden Door storyline, an Eddie Kingston storyline, a storyline.
It's just a sign that like Khan's got Jericho's dick in his mouth.
Yeah,
you hear about Jericho and MVP getting into it. Yeah, dude, Jericho's kind of turned into a punk bitch, in my opinion.
Yeah, like he's a little too big for his britches at the moment, kind of thing. But he's Chris Jericho, so he's been around for forever. But how is he like I think legit thinks he's the legit GOAT kind of thing.
Well, he's I
don't even put him in the top 10, to be honest. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's with his attitude and the shit he's doing. He's dancing in Hulk Hogan, like real life Hulk Hogan, not
right.
So I don't know, man. I miss the Jericho that was humble and was like went to New Japan and had a fucking barn burner with fucking Kenny.
Yeah,
I miss the original Jericho as champion.
Yeah.
I miss that because he's went to shit. He's buried a bunch of young talent.
Right.
He's not, I don't know. He's not doing what he should be doing for an old guy that's wrestling still.
Yeah.
He does look really good right now though. But I don't know, man.
Still moves, him and Matt Hardy still move very slow.
Yeah. Even though he's in good shape, they still.
Yeah, he still moves like he's 47 years old or 48 years old. And then so did you see, so after the Jeff Hardy DUI stuff that we haven't really touched on, but do you see who going to be tagging with Matt at Triple Mania, where Jeff was supposed to be his tag partner, but he's not going to be wrestling anytime soon? Johnny Hardy, aka John Morrison, Johnny Elite, Johnny Stumptown. He just changes his fucking name. So he's going to be Johnny Hardy for the weekend and wrestle with Matt.
I actually love John Morrison, man.
I really do too.
I'm kind of sad that they're just burying the fuck out of him, you know.
Well, Tony never posted that he was all elite.
Yeah, no,
he could have just been on a show to show thing.
Yeah, I got you. That was my thought too, but still, you know. Yeah, Matt, fucking Jeff Hardy. Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Like
everybody goes to bat for him, and he shits the bed, man. And
I know, right? And I know we've actually had it in a podcast where I went to bat for him, and I said that I thought that him bailing on WWE thing was because he was fucking done and he wanted to be with his brother. But now I'm thinking like maybe he was having a relapse of sorts, and he just fucking bailed on everything.
Yeah,
because then he pulls this, 6-8 weeks later after we've had that conversation, or however long it took till he was able to fucking actually was it the 90 day, but anyways 90 plus day, to do his thing over in AEW, and then he shits the bed, a month and a half in, 2 months in or whatever.
Yeah, and he's not only that, he shits the bed as there. I'm about 100% sure that Tony Khan was going to give them the titles.
Oh, I almost guarantee he was too.
Now we got the fucking goddamn Young Bucks with the fucking titles again.
Right? Which I don't have anything against the Bucks having the titles. I just thought he was going to give Matt and Jeff their run. I actually really like this version of the Bucks, even though like it's still kind of goofy with the dressing up and the goofy outfits and this and that. They kind of toned that down a little bit, but they didn't really they weren't really much gimmick. They came there, on a mission. At least that's the way it felt.
Instantly they should pretty much just let FTR win that match at Forbidden Door and then instantly go into a feud with the fucking Bucks to get fucking their comeuppance from being fucked from them before.
And then have all 3 titles on the line?
Yep, exactly. And then have FTR get it because let
FTR be the New Japan, Ring of Honor, AEW, like the first I guess it wouldn't be the first Triple Crown, but I don't think the Bucks have ever won the IWGP. I think they've only won the junior tag titles.
Yeah, no, they weren't as big in Japan as everybody thought they were.
No, I mean they were big in the juniors division, and when they came over for 2 months, it was entertaining. But they're still the juniors. They're still like it's still all about the heavyweights over there.
Yeah,
the juniors. I mean that's why guys like Kenny, Finn Balor, Trent, have all quote unquote graduated from being a junior and moved up to the upper echelon and the normal the heavyweight. Even though like Finn, for instance, when he was over there, he wasn't a 205 pounder. He's an 185 pounder or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even though it is a weight thing, it's still like a graduation of sorts to the next tier.
Yeah.
So if the Bucks never moved up to the heavyweight titles in New Japan, then they're still considered the lower tier. So anyways, that's what I was trying to get at.
So, do you think Switchblade's going to go at it with DB or BD?
I want him to.
I think that's why they're putting it off. Is he's supposed to be off the injury list this week?
He is. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was this week or next week where he's back from whatever that minor injury was.
Well, I mean, Forbidden Door's next Sunday, isn't it?
It's the 26th. So is that next Sunday?
Yeah, it's a week
next Sunday. Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah, next Sunday. They need to do better. They need to do better with this shit next year.
Right. The other one, because like just a weird booking. Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy is going to be so weirdly entertaining. I think that match is going to be beyond fantastic because it's going to be so contrasting. But then Orange Cassidy can go if he needs to. he's got the athleticism to go and hang with a guy like Will Ospreay. But I think it's just the dynamic of the athleticism of Ospreay and the not give a shit attitude of Orange Cassidy is going to make for a very bizarre but entertaining match.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
it's the epitome of like gimmick wrestling.
Are they gonna are you sure they're gonna go one-on-one, or are they just gonna have like a fucking like 12
No, I think they booked that one-on-one. I think it's already been booked.
Okay.
If you give me a second, I'll look on the interwebs. But I'm 95% sure that match has already been booked. They announced it Wednesday night.
Okay, so Forbidden Door. What's the card so far?
so far, like I mentioned earlier, we got FTR versus United Empire versus Roppongi Vice in a winner take all between the Ring of Honor title and the IWGP tag title. Then there is Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm for the AEW women's title. And we got singles match between Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy for the IWGP US heavyweight title. And then we have Les Sex Gods, Jericho and Sammy, with Minoru Suzuki versus Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino, who was Mox's young boy when he, was over there doing the IWGP US title thing for a little while. Then we have a match between a four-way match for the AEW Atlantic title, which will be Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus either Penta or a New Japan representative, which I believe is Tomohiro Ishii. I believe, I could be wrong. And then lastly, we got Mox versus Tanahashi for the AEW World title.
Okay. It's actually not as awful as I thought it would be.
Right.
They just haven't built it for shit.
No, it really hasn't been built because it was like a boom boom kind of thing.
They better drive it home this week if they want to fucking, And then if they added Switchblade versus Bryan Danielson, that would actually be a really good card.
Oh, no, it'd be I think it'd be a great card. And they'd probably bring it up to 9 matches, so they'd add a couple other things, I imagine, as well.
Yeah, and they probably should have switched roles with. I mean, I feel like they should have had Bryan Danielson for the title, the big title.
Yeah, I agree.
And then
Bryan Danielson versus Hiromu would have been, or Hiroshi Tanahashi would have been better, and I think Mox versus Tanahashi. But Mox versus Tanahashi have blood from bad. I wouldn't say bad blood, but they've crossed paths a little bit in New Japan, so they have a little bit of history there. Bryan doesn't really have any history with the guys over in New Japan that I can remember off the top of my head. I know he's spent time over there, but I don't remember who he wrestled in his time over there.
It would still be a better fit in the long run because he would be a better champion. And then when Punk came back, it would be a better match.
Yeah, I agree.
People have been waiting for Punk and Bryan for
a long time.
And they would have burned it down. They're both great right now.
Right.
I guess people think that Punk hurt his foot when he jumped into the crowd on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where they think he got hurt at.
Oh no!
I thought he did. I thought he looked like he hit hard when he jumped in the crowd.
I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the rumor. Is that's when he got hurt. It wasn't in the match.
So he wrestled in Japan. He wrestled for Pro Wrestling Noah, but never wrestled. No, I know he wrestled for New Japan in 2004, 2003, and 2002. And then, like I said, wrestled for Noah 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and then spent all this time with WWE and AEW from there on out. Well, he was in Ring of Honor and all that stuff at the same time as Pro Wrestling Noah. So now I'm curious who he wrestled in New Japan. So he wrestled against Jado and Gato in the so he wrestled tag title stuff. So he has spent some time in Japan. So maybe he has some blood with some of the guys around here. Maybe some of these guys don't wrestle there anymore or never wrestled. Wrestled Shinsuke way back in the day with Minoru Suzuki as his partner way back in 2004.
Okay.
Oh, he wrestled against Tanahashi in 2004 as well. So I guess it would have made sense for either of them to wrestle Tanahashi, because although Mox and Tanahashi have never wrestled, Danielson and Tanahashi had. So who knows? Yeah, I guess.
Well, and Punk and
Either I'm good
Tanahashi
with
never
I'm good
had,
with
and that didn't really matter, I guess. But Punk did have the belt, so
right.
um, I don't know. That's just how I'd rather see it go. You
Right.
know,
I hear you. I hear you.
I don't know. Mox just doesn't do it for me anymore, man.
Yeah, like he does and he doesn't. There's certain times where like I'm on board, and then there's certain times where I'm like, hey, it's just whatever.
Well, I don't know.
I think
There's
it's I think it's the over exaggerating strutting stuff. Like I don't know why that just kind of irks
no,
me.
it
I
bothers
just rather
that
listen.
bothers me.
I just would rather listen to him cut a promo, come out and fight, and be done with it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
in and out.
At least he doesn't do
The
that shit
strutting
with
and all
his
that
leg
stuff.
anymore, where he like fucking bumps his leg on the rope like he used to
Oh yeah.
when he was Ambrose.
Yeah,
Honestly, man, I kind of like the Ambrose character better than the Mox character because at least there was some humor. And
yeah. The Mox character definitely, or the Ambrose character definitely had some humor. The post Shield Ambrose.
mhm.
So,
But
but I mean, most of this booking is all, or most of the character work is all them. So this is what he wants to do. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, I think this is a
like,
tame. I don't know. The old version of Mox was way better, man.
yeah,
When he was younger and crazier, it was like a Cactus Jack vibe to it.
right.
Um, and this, I don't know what this is. It's like I don't know Ambrose, pretty much, but without the humor.
Yeah, without the humor, just with the real. It's like a Shield Ambrose.
But it's like he takes it. It's like he takes himself too serious, almost like now. It's
Uh,
like corny. Like he said, like it's the whole like moving his neck around, coming through the
yeah,
crowd, stupid facial expressions, like
yeah,
fucking the wild. But then you got the wild theme to go with that. Like that's stupid as shit to me. Like
yeah.
nothing about
It's kind
Mox
of whatever.
tempts me. And it sucks because me, Ambrose was one of my favorites. You were always like,
Right,
you know.
right.
So I don't know, man. Um, I imagine though, I feel like there's gonna be some guys floating back to WWE now that the newness of AEW's wore off, and
hmm
especially if
And they've seen the success of Cody. Yeah,
one if they put well, in WWE seen the success of Cody. So they know now that they could use some of those guys coming back and put them in a bigger role. They're running out of big guys. They keep bringing fucking Brock back. I don't even
right.
think Brock was supposed to come back. I think that I
I
don't
don't
know
think he was either.
I think this is just a effort because well, I don't know. I feel like something's up with Roman. Like either he got like a big movie part or something. Because
He's
all of
going
a
to go
sudden
MIA, and they're going to give the title to Brock.
maybe, or this is what I
And then,
think is going to happen. This is what I think is going to happen. I think Rollins is going to win Money in the Bank. And I think he's going to cash in at SummerSlam again, just like he did at fucking WrestleMania. And I think he's going to get the belt. And I think he's going to fucking have it until Mania. And I think Cody's going to come back at Rumble and win the fucking Rumble. And it's going to be Cody versus Rollins at fucking Mania.
I'd book it that way. I think that's a great way to address the world title.
Yeah, and then they've been talking about doing Roman versus Rock for years. Do that for no title.
Hold on. When does Rollins win the title though from Brock?
SummerSlam.
Oh, at SummerSlam.
Yep, just like at Mania. Brock beats Reigns, or vice versa. Reigns beats Brock again, but Rollins is gonna fucking cash in at SummerSlam.
When is SummerSlam? August?
Yeah, it's July 30th this year.
Okay, so I thought it was usually the end of August.
And it's at Wembley Stadium again.
At Wembley in England?
Uh-huh.
Oh, really? Huh.
So I don't know if the time changes, but we might have to like watch that at like fucking 2 a.m. or some shit.
England is, yeah, it'd be more like 5 a.m. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. to watch SummerSlam.
No,
It's a month away.
I'll watch it when I wake up. Yeah, I'll watch it when I wake up at like 7. But
it's like just over a month away, I guess.
Right.
It's not very far. Yeah, I wonder why they're doing it so early this year.
Yeah, I always thought it was an August one, but
it usually is. It's usually late August, middle August.
So you think Rollins is gonna when is Money in the Bank? Is Money in the Bank this month?
I think it's the next pay-per-view.
Okay.
So it'll be before the pay-per-view before.
Right. No, that makes sense. For some reason I was thinking in my head SummerSlam was the next pay-per-view. I was like, so when the fuck is Money in the Bank? Or did Seth already win that and I just missed it? But no, I'm on the same page now.
I think they're doing qualifying matches for Money in the Bank right now, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Because I do remember reading and saying the second competitor qualifies for women's Money in the Bank. I do remember seeing that as a headline.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, okay, I got it. Yeah, I'm on the same
page.
Well,
they've got Natty versus Ronda booked for Money in the Bank as the women's title match.
Okay. Have you seen their Twitter beef? It's kind of mean.
Really?
Yeah. Like Ronda makes some reference to them having like an awkward, having my sister on here with this weird, awkward, like lovey-dovey thing between you guys, and then Natty responded with, "Well, I'd rather have that, have this great relationship I have with my sister instead of this weird conspiracy theory thing that Ronda Rousey apparently has been into at some point." And yeah, I got a little catty from the little bit that I read earlier today.
What conspiracy theory was it?
I didn't read that far into it, and I didn't know that she was a conspiracy theorist. But yeah, it just said something about that. And I just kind of read real quickly the text or the tweet between the two girls. I didn't read, like I said, I didn't read into the tweet any more than that, and do my own research and be like, oh, what did she do about some conspiracy theory? I never saw that.
I'm so fucking over people like Ronda Rousey, man. Like, push some fucking goddamn new talent, please. They've got good man. Rhea Ripley's so underused, man. Like, it's so fucking annoying.
Right.
It's
like they're just, they're so worried about bringing in that name to be the big draw. I mean, like Brock started off as a wrestler, and then became a mixed martial artist or whatever. So it's not very often that they brought a mixed martial artist in that becomes a good wrestler. When's the last time they did that and it was successful?
I mean, Shamrock did it.
Ken Shamrock, yeah, like Ken Shamrock. But I don't think Dr. Death was a very good use. Dan Severn wasn't a very good use. He was good in Japan because all he did was just wrestled. He didn't have to build a character. He just wrestled. So as an American audience, it doesn't transition very well being a previous combat sport athlete.
I don't think Dr. Death was actually an MMA fighter or anything.
I thought he was a football player turned MMA fighter and then turned pro wrestler.
No, Dr. Death was a wrestler in the 70s. So that was before. If anything, he was like a bare knuckle boxer or something.
Okay. But he did come from a combat sport.
He was one of the
potentially did.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been a boxer or something, but he was a badass. That was kind of funny, the whole they really banked on him winning that brawl for all, and Bart.
Yeah, that brawl for all. Yeah,
Bart Gunn whooped his ass.
Yeah.
See, I just pulled it up. I used to know quite a bit about Dr. Death. He's an underrated cat. I know that much.
Well, yeah, I mean his run in the States was very short lived.
Amateur wrestler.
Okay, so he did. For some reason, I don't know why.
He was a four-time All-American, All-American amateur wrestler
at Oklahoma or something.
Hold on. Doesn't really say who for.
Oh, really?
Hold on. Yeah, University of Oklahoma.
Okay, because I was gonna.
Well, he played football too. He played football at the University of Oklahoma.
Okay, that's
and he wrestled.
Okay,
He only took
but he
second.
didn't have a combat. But he did have a combat sport background.
Yeah, he only took second in the finals of the NCAA tournament though for his senior year.
For collegiate wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh man,
He took fifth
to be the second best guy in the country.
He took sixth as a freshman, fifth as a sophomore, third as a junior, and second as a senior. So he moved up the ranks.
Oh damn!
I could have done. He's a two-time. Oh no, the guy that beat him was a two-time Olympic gold medalist, Bruce Barmachainer. I don't know how to say it, but
okay. So he lost to somebody that was legit.
Yeah, and then football player, wrestler, looks like it.
Okay.
I think maybe he was just tough as shit. Wait a minute, he does have a mixed martial art records, but he's got one loss. That's it. That's 0 wins, 1 loss. So he tried to.
What year was that?
2004 is when he tried to do mixed martial.
Okay, so that was way after his wrestling career.
Yeah,
he was actively wrestling in 2004.
Huge Japan.
Yeah, he's huge in Japan. I know that.
I guess also too that that Brawl for All match kind of fucked him up, and it fucked his career up.
Is his confidence up or whatever?
Well, I think it fucked him up physically. He got hurt.
And then okay.
Something happened that led to some health, and then it kind of fucked his career up because of that.
Right.
This, I think, with the Dark Side of the Ring thing. There's another thing we could talk about. I guess essentially WWE is under some more heat because I guess Stephanie was being investigated too.
For what?
For fucking something to do with that lawsuit with MLW versus WWE for trying to keep them off of for trying to keep him off of Vice.
Right. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember.
But I think that's why. I think that's why they're running out of Dark Side of they're not renewing Dark Side of the Ring.
Right.
What, do you got a kid over there or something?
Yeah. Landon's talking to Melanie, but he's got a super bassy voice. So I'm just like, bro.
I can't hear him at all.
Okay, well that's good. You can't hear him. Like, yeah, he's just super bassy voice.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you think we should talk about? I think we covered just about everything I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole hell of a lot. We touched bases on anything significant, I think. Yeah, I think we're good for this week.
Yeah,
we'll see how this going home show for Forbidden Door goes. See how the Forbidden Door pay-per-view goes, and we'll just kind of go from there.
Well, yeah, and let me look and see when Money in the Bank is. Maybe we'll just bank on doing our next show. I don't know. It's got to be coming up.
Yeah, I would. Well, Hell in a Cell was last weekend, so it'll be at least 3 weeks from now.
Oh, Hell in a Cell was 2 weeks ago. It's July 2nd, so it is coming.
2 weeks ago.
A couple weeks.
So 2 weeks from now. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we'll do. I guess that'll work out
in Vegas.
We can do a pre-show for Money in the Bank and a post-show for Forbidden Door.
Yeah. Right. That'll work out.
Yeah.
We'll do it that Friday or Saturday or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because Landon are all 4 kids and Melanie leave for California on Friday. Then Landon and Melanie fly back. And then Melanie and Landon then fly over to Nashville. And then they're gone Landon's gone for the summer. Melanie's gone for a week. And then, yeah, so I'll be home alone. So I pretty much can record anytime because I'm not, trying to entertain the other folks.
Rad.
Yeah, all right. So it's kind of all over the place.
Well, sounds good, man.
All right, buddy.
I feel like we're missing something. A lot's happened.
I know. It feels like we're missing something, but I'm like, I don't think we are at the same time.
No, I don't think we are either.
I mean, we briefly touched on Jeff Hardy DUI. We touched on Sasha and Naomi again. We touched on Vince and them. We touched on Forbidden Door. We touched on Brock coming back. and we touched on Cody being out with an injury.
Yeah, and I
think
guess
that's really I think that's really everything that happened.
yeah. And I mean, I bet by the time I'm sure there'll be more to talk about soon. Like there's shit coming in like every day. So
right. There's always minor news, but then then Earl Hebner's brother Dave Hebner passed away, and then this morning Tim White passed away. WWE found out that referee Tim White passed away. So
yeah,
unfortunately, two deaths in the wrestling world family with 2 referees passing away. Consecutive days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only other noteworthy thing that pops in my brain right now.
Yeah. We should start, I don't know. I have some ideas. But anyways, yeah.
Talk to me offline about those.
Yeah. I'm working on a couple things.
Okay.
I should probably follow up on that. See if that dude wants that we were gonna interview. I haven't talked about that for a minute or hounded anybody, but
yeah, anyways, that would be very entertaining.
Yeah. All right,
Honor no more. There's our spoiler to it. Honor no more. All right, buddy.
Later.
Until next time.
Till next time.